All right. Welcome everyone to the 135 community call. My name is Brian Frazier, and I'll be going over the presentation of the 135 process. I'm glad that you all can make it today. This call is being recorded, so you'll be able to get the recording of this call. It will be on, we have a new YouTube channel called the 135 community. And you'll be able to go on YouTube and get any of the recorded calls that we do throughout this process. So therefore, you'll be able to get whatever call that you want to send to people and have them take a look at. You'll be able to go get that on the YouTube channel. All right. Let me do one thing here. All right. So, again, my name is Brian Frazier, and I'd like to welcome you to the 135 community. For those of you that have not seen this process before, you're going to see something completely different than what you probably have seen before. It's going to be somewhat similar to some of the other things that you may have seen, but I guarantee when we get finished with it, it'll be completely different than what you've ever seen. The concept of what we're doing here has been around for a long time. It's nothing new, but the process, that's what's kind of different. And so that's why we have this presentation set up on Mondays and Thursdays of each week to get people to understand the process of what we do here at 135 Community. Because it's very important that you really understand and get it down pat of how this process works. Our main theme here at 135 Community is that we're here to build a community, a virtual community. And we're looking to build leaders. That's one of the main factors here with the 135 Community. And because we need leaders, because the reason why we need leaders in the 135 community is because our whole mission here is to wipe out debt and eradicate poverty. That is our main goal and mission. And so through this process, we feel that we'll be able to do that. But, it's going to take a little, it's going to take some effort, and it's going to take some fortitude, and it's going to take some commitment to get through this, because it's kind of different than what you're used to. And so anytime that you're doing something different, it's going to take a little time. It's going to take some time for it to seep into your consciousness, and for you to be able to get it to others, to get others to take a look, and for them to resonate with it as well. But once you understand, once you get the process down pat, then I think things will start to move a little more smoothly, and you'll be able to get across to people the tenor of what we're trying to do. One thing that I want you to try not to focus on is the money, even though we're going to be talking about money, but I don't want you to focus on the money. The money will come. The money will come. But if we focus on building a community, building your team within the community, then everything else will happen. And you'll see as we go along through the process. Now, there are certain things that you're going to hear me say over and over and over again. And there's a reason why I say them repetitively. Because these things is what it's going to take to go through this process. And it's going to have, everybody's going to have to do this in order for it to impact your community, your teams, and the community as a whole. And the thing that you're going to hear me say over and over and over again is that in order to do this, you're going to have honesty, you're going to have integrity, and you're going to need is honesty, integrity, and commitment. Okay? Those are the things that you're going to need to be able to do this community. Those are the types of traits that you're going to need. Honesty, integrity, and commitment. Because one thing that you're going to notice as we go through this process, there's no website to go to. And I know that a lot of us are used to going to websites, logging in, having a back office, and all of that. But we don't have any of that here with this community. All right? There's no website to log into. There's no software to keep track of anything for you. So you have to do all of that yourself. That's why I say you're going to have to be leaders. We're building leaders here. All right? And if you build this, all right, if you build this and you become a leader and you go through the fruition of this whole process, then it's going to pay off for you in a huge way. All right? Because this whole process is designed to help you get out of debt so you can help others get out of debt. And if we help everyone get out of debt, then we can try to eradicate poverty within our communities. And that's the goal that we're searching for. All right? So now, with that being said, let's get into how this process works. All right? Now, the 135 community, the 135, there's a reason for that number 135. And the first part of that 135 is the first part of the process, the number 1. And that starts out with the family dollar donation. Okay? In order to start this process, what we're looking for is for you to be able to come in, and whoever invited you, all you have to do is give that person or donate to that person that invited you $1. That's all you have to do, is donate $1 to the person that invited you. All right? And so once you've done that, you want to learn this process. You want to get familiar with this process. And then what you want to do is you want to go and invite at least 3 people into this process to where they can donate $1 to you. And basically, that's it. That's what kicks off this whole process. It's doing $1 to the person, donating $1 to the person that invited you, and then bring 3 people, invite 3 people that will donate $1 to you. And then you're on your way. All right? Now, one of the concepts that we use here is compounding. I don't know if you've ever heard the term compounding, compound interest, or compounding numbers. Well, that's kind of like the basis of the process that we're using here. All right? I always use the analogy of taking a penny and doubling that penny every day for the next 30 days. That's a great analogy, because most people, when they do that, and I really encourage you, if you haven't done it yet, go and do that. Get a calculator and take a penny, 1 cent, and take that penny and double that penny every day for the next 30 days on a calculator. And by the time you get to the 30th day in doubling that penny, it will blow your mind the number that you arrive at. Okay? Doubling a penny every day for the next 30 days will bring you $5.3 million. And a lot of people, if you tell them that have never done that, never even calculated that up before, they won't believe it. They won't believe it until they actually do it. Okay? And every time I do, I've done it 3 or 4 times, and it still blows my mind that a penny in 30 days can add up to $5.3 million. And all you're doing is doubling it every day. So the power of numbers is what we're really using here, okay? Because numbers is an exact science. It's an exact science. And so if we apply the numbers to this process, then we can arrive at an exact number that we're looking for, all right? But the thing that we're compounding here is not pennies. We're doing people. We're trying to compound people. And so that's why we don't want you to really focus on the money. We want you to focus on building a community. Focus on building your team. All right? Because if you build your team, which builds your community, which builds the community as a whole, then the money will track you down. And so that's the kind of the philosophy of this process. So now, so coming into this process, as I said, all you want to do is donate $1. $1, that's it. You know, that's not very significant. So therefore, you really don't need to concentrate on $1. You give your dollar and go and find 3 people that you can invite into this process who can donate $1 to you. And that's all you're trying to do. Now, in this process, we only do the donations on Mondays and Thursdays. Mondays and Thursdays, because Monday and Thursdays is a better way to control the process. All right? We don't want people getting confused and trying to donate every day, and it gets confusing that way. That's already been tried. So it's through trial and error, it's been decided to only donate on Mondays and Thursdays. Plus, having the days spread out like that, it gives you an opportunity to go find the 3 people that you want to work with through this process. So that really keeps you organized in that way. So now, so it's $1 to your inviter, and you want to work on getting 3 people that can donate $1. And we only donate on Mondays and Thursdays. So now that you've done that, and you've donated to your inviter, so now you're going out, and so on the next donation day, we'll start your process where you will bring 3 people into the process that can donate $1 to you. So as you do that, on your first donation day, you have your 3 people donating $1 to you. Now you've brought in $3. Out of that $3, you're going to take $2 out of that $3, and now you're going to donate that to the person that invited you. And now you're going to keep $1, and that means now you've got your $1 back. All right? You have your $1 back. So literally, you don't have anything out of pocket at this point. Okay? Nothing out of pocket. So money is no issue in this process. All right? $1, I mean, you could walk down the street and $1 falls out your pocket and you wouldn't even miss it. All right? And if you did miss it, it would be no big deal. Okay, I lost $1 today. So dollar is no issue at all. So money is no issue right here. So getting involved, money is no issue. So now, so on the first day, you received your $1 back because you had 3 people that donated $1 to you. So now on the next donation day, which is either going to be on a Monday or Thursday, those 3 people that you invited now have their 3 people. Now they have their 3 people. And so now they receive their $1 back, and what they're going to do now is donate $2 to you. So now they donate $2 to you. You bring in $6 through those donations. You're going to turn around and take $4 of that $6 and donate that to your inviter, and now you're going to keep $2 for yourself. Now you've accumulated $3 to this point. So the first 2 days in the process, you've accumulated $3. Okay? So as we said, we're not focused on the money because the money will follow you as long as we're building the community or building your team. Okay? So now, because you brought in $3 to this point, what you're going to do next is you're going to upgrade, what we call an upgrade, into the next process. So the $1 donation was the 1 in the 135. So now we go into the 3 of the 135, which is the $3 cash tripler. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take $3 and you're going to enter that into the cash tripler by donating $3 to the person that invited you. Now that puts you in a position to be in the cash tripler. All right? So now you're in 2 different processes at the same time. The family $1 donation process and now the $3 cash tripler. All right? And this is on your second day in the process, your second donation day. So now, when you go to the third donation day, which is always on a Monday or a Thursday, in the third donation day, the 3 people that you invited are now going to donate to you $4. All right, $4. So now you've received $12. You're going to take $8 of the $12 and you're going to donate that to the person that invited you. You're going to keep $4 for yourself, and now you've accumulated $7 just in the $1 process. Okay? You've accumulated $7 in the $1 process. But now, the third day in the $1 process will become your first day in the cash tripler. Now it's your first day in the cash tripler, where the 3 people that you invited are now sending you $3 in the cash tripler. Now you've received $9. Out of that 9, you're going to take $6 and donate that to the person that invited you, and now you're going to keep $3. So now you've gotten your $3 back that you put in, that you donated in the cash tripler to your inviter. Now you've accumulated to this point $10 within both processes, the $1 process and the $3 process. Okay? So now we go to the 4th donation day. The 4th donation day of the $1 process. Okay, remember, just on Mondays and Thursdays. So this is at the end of 2 weeks right now. Okay, on the 4th donation day, the 3 people are now going to donate $8 to you, which is now $24. You're going to take $16 out of that $24, and you're going to donate that to the person that invited you. You're going to keep $8 for yourself. Now you've accumulated $15 in the $1 process. All right, that's a total of $18 that you've accumulated to this point. All right, $18. Now understand, all you did was just donate $1 one time out of pocket, and you've created $18 by building this team. Okay, starting this process. So now, the 4th day of the $1 process becomes the 2nd day of the cash tripler. So in the cash tripler, on the 2nd day of the cash tripler, the 3 people are now donating to you $6. Now that's a total of $18. You're going to take $12 of the 18, and you're going to donate that to your inviter, and you're going to keep $6 for yourself. Now you've accumulated $9 just in the cash tripler on your 2nd day of the cash tripler. That's a total of $24 that you've accumulated thus far. Okay? But now, here's the thing. The 135, the 1 was the $1 process in the Family Dollar donation. The 3 in the 135 was the $3 cash tripler. Well, now the 5 is going to be the $5 freedom process. So you're going to take $5, and now you're going to donate $5 to the person that invited you. All right? So now you're going to start the $5 freedom process. So now you're going to be in 3 different processes at one time. The $1 process, the $3 cash tripler, and the $5 freedom process. All 3 at the same time now. Okay? All this is within the first 4 donation days of the process. Okay? So now, we go to the 5th donation day. The 5th donation day. 3 people, the 3 people that you invited, are now sending you $16 that they're going to donate to you. That's a total of $48. You're going to take $32 of that $48, and you're going to donate that to the person that invited you. You're going to keep $16 for yourself. Now you've accumulated $31 just in the dollar process. Now just a total of $40 to this point that you have received. Okay? $40. And all you ever did was just $1 one time out of pocket. Now the 5th donation day becomes the 3rd donation day in the cash tripler. So in the cash tripler, the 3 people that you invited are now going to donate to you $12 in the cash tripler. That's $36. You're going to take $24 out of that, and you're going to donate that to your inviter, and you're going to keep $12 for yourself. And now you've accumulated $18 in the cash tripler. All right, so you have $18 in the cash tripler. That's a total of $52. That's a total of $52 that you accumulated thus far. Okay, and my mouse just went out on me. Okay. right, here we go. Uh-oh. Bear with me, my mouse went out. Okay. Bear with me. This had to happen now, huh? Let's see. I apologize. See if I can get this going here. Bear with me here. See if I can't rectify this situation. Only when you go live, huh? All right, let's see if that did the trick. All right, there we go. Back in business. Okay, so this was the cash tripler. So at this point, we've accumulated $52 at this point. So now the third day of the cash tripler becomes the first day of the $5 freedom process. So in the $5 freedom process, the three people are now going to donate to you $5 each. That's $15 that you're going to bring in. That's $10 you're going to take to donate to your inviter, and you're going to keep $5 where you get your $5 that you already donated. All right, that's in the $5 freedom process. Now it's a total of $57 that you've accumulated within the all three processes. Okay, all of this was done with what? $1, one time, out of pocket. Okay, so now you're starting to see now why you have to have honesty, integrity, and commitment. Commitment to get rid of debt and eradicate poverty. Money is no issue here. Only thing anybody came out of their pocket was just $1. Okay? And most of all, you want to be disciplined to the process. All right? So now, let's go to the 6th donation day. Remember, we're only donating on Mondays and Thursdays. Mondays and Thursdays for control. Mondays and Thursdays. So now on the 6th donation day, this is the end of the 3rd week. All right? End of the 3rd week. Your 3 people that you invited are now going to donate to you $32 each. That's $96 that you take in. Out of that, you're going to take $64 and donate that to your inviter. You're going to keep $32 for yourself. That's a total of $63 that you've accumulated just in the dollar process. Just in the dollar process. Now, to this point, that's $89 that you've accumulated in 3 weeks. $89. Now, the 6th donation day becomes the 4th donation day in the cash tripler. Well, in the cash tripler, the people that you invited are now sending you $24. That's $72. $48 of that $72, you're going to donate that to your inviter. You're going to keep $24 for yourself. That's $42 that you've accumulated just in the cash tripler. You're over $113 now to this point in your 3rd week. $113. But now the 4th donation day becomes the 2nd donation day in the $5 freedom. So now that's $10 that's being donated to you from the 3 people that you invited. That's $30. You're going to take $20 of that, donate it to your inviter, and you're going to keep $10 for yourself. Now you've accumulated $15 in the $5 freedom. That's $123 that you've accumulated to this point. And all you did was come out of $1, one time, out of pocket. That's it. Honesty, integrity, and commitment is what we're looking for. Okay? We're committed to get rid of debt and to wipe out poverty, eradicate poverty. Okay? That's what we're trying to do. Money is not the issue here. Building this team, building a community is what the whole concept is about. All right? The money will follow you as you see. All right? Nobody's putting in more than $1 in this process. Okay. So now we go to the 7th donation day, what we call D-Day. Every Monday and Thursdays, D-Day. All right? So now, the 3 people that you invited, now they're donating to you $64 at this point. $64. That's $192. You take $128 of that and you donate that to your inviter. You keep $64. Now you've accumulated $127 just in the $1 process. Everybody in here only gave $1. $1. Okay? This is compounding. Compounding. $1. So to this point, it's $187 that you've accumulated to this point. So now the 7th day of the $1 process becomes the 5th day in the cash tripler. Okay? In the $3 cash tripler. So now the 3 people are donating to you $48 on this day, $144. You're going to take 96 of that and donate it to your inviter. You're going to keep 48. You've accumulated $90 just in the cash tripler. That's $235 that you've accumulated thus far. Now in the 5th donation day of the cash tripler becomes the 3rd donation day in the $5 freedom. That's $20 from 3 people. That's $60. That's $40 you're going to send to your inviter, and you're going to keep $20 for yourself. That's $30 you've accumulated in $5 freedom. That's $255 to this point. $255 from a $1 one-time out of pocket. Okay? You see now that the money is no issue. It's going to happen. As long as you do this, it's going to happen, right? $1. Okay? That's money. People can do that all day long, $1. All right? So now, donation day 8. Donation day 8, okay? 3 people send you $128 each. That's $384 that you accumulate. You're going to take $256 and you're going to donate that to your inviter. You're going to keep $128 for yourself. That's $255 that you've accumulated just in the $1 process. That's $383 that you've accumulated to this point. Now the 8th day, quite naturally, becomes the 6th day in the $3 cash tripler. That's $96 from 3 people. That's $288 that you've accumulated. That's $192 that you're going to send to your inviter, and you're going to keep $96. Now you've got $186 just in the cash tripler. To this point, you've accumulated $479. All right? The 6th day of the $3 cash tripler becomes the 4th day of the $5 freedom. So now you're receiving $40 from 3 people. That's $120. You're going to take $80 and you're going to send that to your inviter. You keep $40 for yourself, and now you've accumulated $75 in the $5 freedom. That's $519 that you've accumulated from a $1 one-time out of pocket. That's it. Now, we go to donation day 9. Remember, we only donate on Mondays and Thursdays. Mondays and Thursdays. That's it. Okay? So on this donation day 9, the 3 people are now sending to you $256. That's $768. You take $512 of that, and you're going to send that to your inviter. You keep $256 for yourself. Now that's $511 that you've accumulated just in the $1 process. $775 to this point. Okay? $775. All anybody ever came out of pocket was just $1. That's it. Now the 9th day in the $1 process is the 7th day in the $3 cash tripler. That's $192 that you accumulate. There's $192 that's being donated to you. That's $576 that you accumulate. That's $384 of that you're going to send to your inviter, and you're going to keep $192 for yourself. That's $378 that you've accumulated just in the $3 cash tripler. That's a total of $967 that you've accumulated to this point. Well, the 7th donation day in the cash tripler is the fifth donation day in the $5 freedom. So now you're receiving $80 from 3 people. That's $240. $160 of that goes to your inviter. You keep $80 for yourself. That's $155 that you've accumulated. You're over $1,000 now in this process. $1,000 in all 3 processes. Okay? $1 one time out of pocket. Okay? You're starting to see now honesty, integrity, and commitment. Okay? And most of all, staying disciplined to this process. Discipline. All right? Because it's hard to, it's going to be real easy for this thing to break down. Real easy. All right? So as long as people stay disciplined, we won't have no problem. Okay? Stay disciplined and stay committed to the process. All right? So now we go to day 10. Day 10, we're at the end of 5 weeks into this process. Donation day 10. Your 3 people now, they're going to send you $512. That's $1,536 that you're going to bring in. That's $800 of that you're going to send to your inviter. You're going to keep $736. That's $1,247 just in the $1 process. $1,200. And all anybody did was $1, one time out of pocket. And to start this whole thing off. Nobody's coming out of pocket with more than $1. Okay? In the casino, they say you're playing with house money, right? So understand, the money is going to follow you. All right? So that's $1,783 to this point. So now, on the 10th donation day on the $1 process, that's the 8th donation day in the $3 cash tripler. That's $384 that all 3 people are going to donate to you. That's $1,152. You're going to take $600 and donate that to your inviter. You're going to keep $552 for yourself. That's $930 that you've accumulated just in the cash tripler. That takes you over $2,335 to this point. All right? The 8th donation day in the cash tripler is the 6th donation day in the $5 freedom. That's $160 from 3 people. That's $480. $320 you're going to send to your inviter. You're going to keep $160, and $315 is what you accumulated just in the $5 freedom process. That's $2,495 to this point. Okay? Honesty, integrity, and commitment. That's the key. Staying disciplined to this whole process. All right? Now, here we go. Day 11. Okay? Donation day 11. Monday or Thursday. Monday or Thursday. That's when we donate. $800 is being donated by the 3 people. That's $2,400 that you're bringing in. You're going to take $1,000 and you're going to donate that to your inviter. You're going to keep $1,400 for yourself. That's $2,647 that you've accumulated just in the dollar process. Only $1 is being put into this whole process. That's $3,895 that you've accumulated to this point. The 11th day of the $1 process is the 9th day in the $3 cash tripler. $600 from 3 people, that's $1,800. You're going to take $1,000, donate that to your inviter. You're going to keep $800 for yourself. That's $1,730. That's $4,695 to this point. Okay? This is in 5.5 weeks. $4,695. Now the 9th day of the $3 cash tripler is the 7th day in the $5 freedom. That's $320 coming from 3 people. That's $960. $640 of that goes to your inviter. $320 stays with you. That's $635 just in the $5 freedom. That takes you over $5,015 in 5.5 weeks. 5.5 weeks is not that long, okay? As long as everybody is staying honest, they have integrity, and they stay committed to wiping out debt and eradicating poverty and staying disciplined to the process, this is what can happen. The money will hunt you down, right? Now, here we go. Day 12, the 12th day in the donation process, every Mondays and Thursdays. This is the end of 6 weeks. The 3 people that you invited, they're donating to you $1,000 each. You're going to receive $3,000. You're going to take $1,000 and donate that to your inviter. You're going to keep $2,000 for yourself. That's $4,647 that you've accumulated in a $1 process. That's almost unheard of. Just $1. That's all anybody gave up, was $1. $4,647 that you've accumulated in a $1 process. That takes you over $7,015 in 6 weeks. Right? Now, at this point in the process, once you reach this point, the next donation day, as long as these people donate $1,000 to you, you'll continue to do this. Okay? But except you won't do it on a Monday or a Thursday anymore. You'll do this part on Tuesdays of every week. On Tuesdays of every week. Okay? So every Tuesday, as long as they give you $1,000, you're going to keep $2,000. You're going to donate $1,000 to your inviter on Tuesday, and you're going to keep $2,000 every Tuesday for yourself. Every Tuesday. Now, you know, it's amazing because the only people that you're really dealing with in this process is the person that invited you and the people that you invited. That's the only people you have to deal with. All right? And you're keeping $2,000 a week in this process. All right? Now, the 12th day of the $1 process is the 10th day in the cash tripler. And the 3 people are going to donate to you $1,000. That's $3,000 that you take in. You're going to take $1,000, send that to your inviter, and keep $2,000 for yourself. That's $3,730 just in the cash tripler. Okay? That's over $9,000 that you've accumulated to this point in 6 weeks in 2 different processes. All right? And the same here. As long as these people continue to send you $1,000, you're going to send $1,000 to your inviter and keep $2,000 every Tuesday now. Not Thursday and not on Mondays and Thursdays, but every Tuesday. Once you reach this level, okay? This is every Tuesday. Now, on the 10th day of the cash tripler becomes the 8th day of the $5 freedom. So on the 8th day of the $5 freedom, the 3 people are now going to send you $640 in the $5 freedom. That's $1,920. You're going to take $1,000, send that to your inviter, and you're going to keep $920 for yourself. That's $1,555 that you've accumulated just in the $5 freedom process. The next donation day, which is on a Monday or Thursday, they're going to donate to you $1,000 from your 3 people. That's $3,000 that you take in. You're going to send $1,000 to your inviter, and now you keep $2,000 for yourself. That's a total of $3,555 that you've accumulated just in the $5 freedom process, okay, in 5.5 weeks. I mean, 6.5 weeks, I'm sorry. That's over $11,935 that you've accumulated to this point, okay? Okay, and that's not even counting the other 2, the $1 process and the $3 cash tripler, because you went an extra day. Okay, to get to this point for the $5 freedom. So understand at this point, as long as this continues to happen, you get paid out or you get donated to every Tuesday. And every Tuesday you keep $2,000 for yourself. So you have 3 different processes. The $1 process, the $3 cash tripler, and the $5 freedom, where you're keeping $2,000 every Tuesday, every week, okay, from all 3 processes. That's $6,000 a week. And all you did was what? $1, one time, out of pocket. Okay? So understand why honesty, integrity, and commitment to get rid of debt and wipe out poverty is the mainstay here. Okay? And staying disciplined to this process. All right? That's the key. The money is not the issue. As you can see, money is no issue. $1, anybody can do that. That's all that it took to create this money. That's compounding at its finest. But the key that we did was we compounded the people. The money was coming. If we can grab that concept, if we can stick to that, all right, then we can do this. Now, let's keep it real, okay? Let's keep it into reality, because the people that we deal with, okay, those are the X factor in this whole process, because this process works, okay? The process is going to work as long as you work it. The process works. The process is flawless. It's a mathematical fact, right? Numbers don't lie, all right? The X factor are these 3 people, okay? And the 3 people that they get, and the 3 people that they get, and the 3 people that they get. You follow me? So, in keeping it real, we don't know what an individual will do. So, what the prevailing thought is, in order to make sure that you have 3 people, you may have to go get more than 3 people involved in this process. Does that make sense? So you may have to go get 5, 6, maybe 7 or 8 or 9, maybe 10 people to make sure that you have 3 people that can donate to you on donation day. All right? Because we don't know what an individual will do. And it may take them a minute to grab this concept. Okay? It may take them a minute to understand the process, to gravitate to the process. And that's okay. That's okay. Everybody doesn't work at the same speed at the same time. So it just makes sense that you may have to go get more than just 3 people. But this process that we're doing here, it only takes 3 people. All right? But we know we may have to go get more than 3 people. And understand, there is no website to go to. There's no back office to log into. There's no software keeping track. So it's best that you keep track on some type of form or spreadsheet to keep track of the people that are donating to you. All right? So you can keep track of what they donate and what you need to donate. Okay? Because you can't donate until 3 people, at least 3 people donate to you. Does that make sense? So that is the process. So that's why it's really pertinent that we're honest in this process. We have to be honest in what we're doing. We have to have integrity in what we're doing. And we want to be committed to wiping out first your debt and helping others to wipe out their debt. Because if we do that, we can help eradicate poverty within our communities. Does that make sense? And that's a process. That's all this is a process. Okay? And if we can if we can ingrain in our mentality this process, because it's just a mental thing, okay? It's just a mental thing. And if we can change our mentality, change the way that we think, change some of the things that we do, and stay committed to this process and disciplined to it, this can work out for us. But we understand it may not work in just 12 donation days, in 6 weeks. It may, okay, let me put it to you this way. To get to this, would it be worth it to get to this if it took you 24 weeks? Okay? Let's say it took you 24 weeks. Instead of 6 weeks, if it took you 24 weeks, would it be worth it? Okay? If it took you 1 year to get to this, to get to bringing in $2,000 a week or $6,000 a week, if it took you a year to get to that, is it worth it? It's just a process. And until you get the process down pat and get the numbers working for you, building your teams is just a process. Money is not the issue. Focus on the process. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Because, see, we can change a lot of lives with this process. Okay? All it is just a shift in our thinking. The shift in what we do. Okay? We're not worried about losing any money. The only thing that we can lose here is the potential. Is the potential. You're not losing any money here. What did we say earlier? This is house money. So this money really is the community's money, not your money. The community is putting this money in. All right? And so we're all helping each other. That's what it's all about. We have to change the way that we do things. Because, see, we don't need governments and corporations to back us up. We can back each other up. All we got to do is work together. Be honest about it. Have integrity about what we're doing. And be committed to wiping out this debt. And wiping out poverty. Okay? Because that's where it started from. Governments and corporations. So we gotta take them out of the equation. And we gotta put ourselves back in the equation. And we gotta compound ourselves. Because if we do that, the money will follow. And as you see, it doesn't take a lot of money to compound into this right here. $2,000 a week from 3 different processes. All right? So now, I'm going to get off my soapbox real quick. And now, okay, before I do that, this is what I want to do too, before I go to the questions. We have done this, and we're going to get this out to everybody that wants it. We came up with a guidelines, a 135 community process guidelines. And this is kind of like a little synopsis of the guidelines that you want to adhere to when going through this process. And as you see here, we have 1, honesty. We go over honesty because it's going to be very important for you to be honest about what you're doing here. Of course, again, equally, if not more important, is to have integrity when going through this process. Okay? Integrity. 3, commitment. Okay? You want commitment. It's going to be needed to be able to work together to accomplish the goal that you're trying to get rid of this debt and eradicating poverty. You got to be committed to that. And 4, discipline. Discipline. You got to stay disciplined to the process. Okay? It may not work out perfectly, but you want to be disciplined. All right? Because the more disciplined you are in this process, the easier it will get, and the more it'll come across when you're talking to people. about what you're trying to accomplish. And 5, all donations should be done on Mondays and Thursdays. Okay? We're trying to stay organized here. We're trying to keep it as organized as possible. All right? And 6, it will be ideal to keep an accounting of your donations that you receive on a spreadsheet or a ledger so you can keep organized. All right? You want to do that as much as you possibly can. All right? And then 7, once you receive the same donation from all 3 people, from any 3 people, I should say, it will be required to send the donation to your inviter for the required amount that particular donation, for that particular donation day. Okay? Now note, if you do not receive all the donations from the 3 people, you will wait until you have all 3 before donating to your inviter. Okay? So this could fall on a later donation day. So that means if you don't get all of the 3 gifts, okay, on that particular donation day, all right, then you don't want to donate until you get all 3. So, you know, you may get one this donation day, but the next donation day, the other 2 people may come up with their donation for whatever that donation is for that particular donation period. Once you receive all 3, then you want to send your inviter his donation. You follow me? All right. So you don't want to send a portion, okay? Not going through the process. All right, because it can get confusing for you. All right? That's why you want to keep a ledger or some type of accounting on who has donated to you. And all you need is just 3 people to give you that donation so you can pass that donation on. Okay? And then number 8, although it is not required, it would be in good practice to invite more than 3 people to the community to enhance the possibility of getting your 3 donations for any particular donation day. So you may have to get more than 3 people so you can get 3 donations on a donation day. Make sense? That's what we call the numbers game. Okay? It's numbers. Because you don't know what an individual is going to do. And 9, if you receive donations from more than the required 3 for the required amount for any donation day, your donation to your inviter, if your donation to your inviter was sent, then all excess donations stay with you. All right? So meaning that if you brought in 6, 7 people, and out of that 6, 7 people, you had 5 of them donated to you. All right? Well, as long as you had 3, now you can send your inviter his donation, and any other outside of that 3, you keep 100% of the donation. So you understand, in this process, you're only donating to one person. And all it takes to donate to that one person is for you to receive 3 donations. Anything after those 3 donations, that's your money. That's your money to keep. Okay? That's yours to keep. And 10, when you get to the point that you start to receive $1,000 from at least 3 people that you invited, you should be honored to donate $1,000 to your inviter. You should be honored to do that. If you're receiving $3,000, okay, in total from 3 people, it should be your honor to give your inviter $1,000, and you keep 2. You know, that's where the integrity comes in at, right? And then number 11, if you receive $1,000 from only 1 or 2 of the people you have invited, the right thing to do is to donate a minimum of 1/3 or $300 of each donation received. Once you start to receive all 3 donations, then you should donate the full $1,000 to your inviter. So let's say, for instance, you only got one person that made it to, got to the goal of being able to send you, to donate to you $1,000. The other 2, or however many you have, haven't reached that goal yet. That's okay. But if one person did and you start receiving $1,000 a week, well, it's only right that you take 1/3 of that $1,000, which would be approximately $300, just round it off to 300, and send your inviter $300 every week that you receive $1,000. And if the second person makes it, then you send another $300. That's $600 total. And if once you get all 3 people to send you $1,000 a week, now you can send your inviter $1,000 a week. You know, it's just the right thing to do. Okay, just the right thing to do. That's that honesty and integrity that has already been built up in you going through this process. All right, because without your inviter, you wouldn't be here. It just makes sense. So understand, these are just some simple guidelines that we would like to follow. You know, keep it simple. As long as we can keep it simple, then that's all it takes. Okay? Keeping it simple and changing our mindset. Staying committed and disciplined to the process. This can happen for us. It can happen to all of you. All of us. And then we can start changing our communities. Our real communities where we live at. And I'll say this before I open it up. If within your community, if you become cash-strapped and debt-free, do you not understand if 20% of your community where you live at become cash-strapped and debt-free, just 20% can control your community. You can dictate to the local officials in your community what you want done. You have control over your community. Not the local officials, not the government. Okay? You do. Because they work for you. Okay? We have to learn how to flip the script back on the local officials, the government officials that think they're running things. We have to flip it back on them because they work for us, not us working for them. Follow me? Okay, I'm done running my mouth. So now let's do this. Okay, now let me do. All right, so if you have any questions, any comments at this point, go ahead and open up your mic and ask your question, ask your comment.
Brian.
Yes, sir.
I hit *6 to unmute. Is that what everybody has to do?
Yes. Yeah. If you're on the phone,
6.
you hit *6. If you're on the computer, just hit the microphone.
Oh.
So you're open.
Okay.
You did it right. You're good. How you doing, Mike?
Well, yeah, Brian, tell us why this is not a pyramid.
Why this is not a pyramid? Okay, good question. Okay, for those of you that don't know what a pyramid is, most people don't know what a pyramid is, and a pyramid is when you when you put money into a platform, and you're putting it in as an investment, and you're looking for a return on your investment. And when you put that money into the platform, who's ever running that platform, what they do is they take the last money that came into the platform and they take a portion of that and pay it out to the first people that came into that platform, all right, to make them believe that they got a return on their investment. But they're really not investing in anything. They're just taking money from one people to pay it to another people. That's a pyramid scheme. And that's what people think that they're getting into or think that they're talking about when they think that people, whenever you have to bring people into anything, they equate it to that it's a pyramid scheme, okay? And this is not a pyramid scheme, because all we're doing in this process is we're donating money. And when you're donating or giving money to someone else, peer-to-peer, one person to another, it's a private transfer of money, okay? It's not a transaction, because when you give money to someone and you're not looking for anything in return, then that's not a transaction. That's just a transfer of money, okay? And so, therefore, there's no investment there. There's nothing in return for the money that you're giving up, okay? All we're trying to do is come together and help each other through a monetary gift or donation, and that's it, all right? And so that is not constituted as a pyramid, all right? And so and a lot of people look at pyramids as a structure, a pyramid structure, a triangle. Somebody's at the top, all right? And so there's nobody at the top here. There's no pyramid. So that's the difference between a pyramid and what we're doing here.
So this is not illegal, immoral, or unethical?
By no means at all. This is
okay,
about
thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, this is about as legal as you can get, okay? It's no different than going to a birthday party and giving the person whose birthday it is a gift, okay? It's the same concept. The only thing is, it's just part of the process. That's it. And you're
good
giving.
Evening.
Yes. Who's this?
This is Lloyd in Florida.
Hello, Lloyd. How you doing?
Great. I was invited as a guest. How do I get a hold of a copy of your format layout?
Good question.
And you spoke about creating some sort of a spreadsheet. Do you have anything that you can share with us that we can follow?
Yes. If you don't have one yourself, I can get you one. Okay. Let me see. I got this thing.
Who do I contact for that? The person that invited me?
Yes, you want to get with the person that invited you, but if they don't have it, then this is what you can do. You can email, if you want a copy of this presentation, because you might want to do this presentation for your team or whatever. All right? So you might want the presentation, and if you want to get the guidelines that we put together, all right, you can send an email to 135community.unity@gmail.com.
135 community?
Yeah, 135community.unity@gmail.com. Okay? Send that, and we will send you a copy of the presentation and also the guidelines. All right? And
Great.
also, you can go to YouTube. Okay? We have a YouTube channel now. It's called the 135 Community. If you go to YouTube and put in search the 135 Community, you will get any webinar presentation that we do. Okay? And it will be on YouTube. So therefore, you can get the copy of the recorded call, and you can, let anybody, check out the call.
How long have you guys been operating doing this?
It's going on almost 4 weeks now.
Wonderful. Just
so
started.
It's just getting started, And so this is the infancy of it. So what we're trying to do is mold the minds of the people, okay? That's what we're trying to do. This is how you start.
And have another question.
Yes.
How do we transfer funds?
Good question. Get with the person that invited you. See how they want the money sent to them, okay? What we started out doing is using Cash App. We're using Cash App because Cash App is pretty simple to set up, and it's pretty easy to use. And I haven't had any problems with Cash App. Maybe some people have. I'm not sure. But it's up to the person who invited you, whoever you're sending a donation to, and if you're inviting people, however you want to receive it, you get with those individuals that you invite, and y'all work out how you want to do it. And you may have a different way that you want to do it other than Cash App. But I will say
Beautiful.
this. I will say this though. Here soon, and we're expecting it almost at any minute. But with the coronavirus and the shutdown and everything, it may take a little longer. We're not sure yet. But we have a payment processor that we're getting ready to receive. And with that payment processor, this payment processor that we're looking to get, anybody will be able to have this payment processor, and it will have a debit card attached to it to where it'll be an international debit card, and you'll be able to send and receive funds from anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. And so once we get that, we're going to introduce that to the community. So if you want to use that when we get it, then you'll be able to use that, and then you can start dealing with the whole world in this process.
Okay. Is there a charge for that international debit card?
I believe, I don't want to misquote, but there will be a charge, but I think it's like around about $8 a year or something like that. So it's something ridiculously low. So it's no big deal for what you're going to use it for. Yeah, it's going to be excellent. Excellent. But good question,
All right.
yes. All right.
Very
Glad
good.
to have you. Glad to have you.
Well, thank
Any
you.
other
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Any other questions?
I'll wait for some of the others to ask some questions. I'll give them a chance. Thank you.
Anybody else? Good question. Anybody else? Any question? Any comment?
Yes, I got a question.
Yes, sir. What's your name?
My name's Peter.
Peter. Okay, Peter.
Could this really be used as a list builder, or you want to stay away from that?
No. I mean, look, you're building your team, okay? Now, here's the thing. This is what makes this different from network marketing, okay? Because I'm a networker too. But this is what makes it a little different. Because you're only dealing with the people that you personally bring in, okay? You don't really have a downline, so to speak. Even though the people that you bring in, they're going to bring in people. So they only dealing with the people that they bring in. This process keeps you true only to the person that invited you and the people that you invited. But now, in saying that, if the people that you invited and they stay true to the process and they bring in people and the people that they bring in people, now, of course, that's going to build a team. So now, any other program that you go to, you have a built-in team. And if those people that you brought in are doing the same thing, now, only thing you have to deal with is get with the people that you invited, and whatever program that you go to, if they like that program, guess what? You have a built-in team coming with you. And the only people you have to deal with is the people that you invited. You don't have to deal with the people that they invited.
Okay, so it's just 3 people.
Just 3 people. Well, it could be more than 3 people. It depends on how many people you bring to the process.
Okay.
It only takes 3 people for this process. But like I said, you may want to bring in more than 3 people to make sure that you get 3 people to donate to you, because you don't know what people are going to do individually.
And how does it end? I mean, does it end just...
It ends when it ends. It has its own lifespan.
Okay.
It ends whenever it ends. It could go on forever. If it, you just never know.
Honesty, integrity, and commitment. Eh?
That's it. That's it. As long as if everybody that gets involved have honesty, integrity, and they're committed to getting rid of debt and wiping out poverty, and they stay disciplined to this process, it could go on forever.
That's awesome.
It's up to the people. We're in control. The people are in control. And see, that's what people got to get used to, being in control. We're not used to being in control. Not like this. We're used to people telling us what to do. See, when you're in control, Now you're in control. And it's all based on what you do.
I like the fact that it's based on honesty, integrity, and commitment. And you're pushing get out of debt. Did you ever stop to think what that get out of debt, the acronym, what is the acronym for get out of debt?
What's the acronym?
It's the word good, G-O-O-D, get out of debt.
There you go. There you go.
I love it. Love it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. See, that's what creates the mindset. See, thinking like that, giving that type of information, that's what creates the mindset. Yes, sir. We have to change our mindset. See, most people out here are dealing on a different type of mindset. We're on a job mentality. We're on a mentality where we work for the corporations and we work for the government.
Exchanging time for money. Yep.
There you go. You see?
Yep.
So so it takes time to change that mindset. See, people used to going to work getting paid for their time. It's not about what they do. It's about being there. And so you get lulled into that trap because just showing up to work knowing that you're going to get paid no matter what you do, that gets a little intoxicating. Because now what it does, it takes away your initiative and your drive. Because all you got to do is go to work and just be there, and at the end of the day, you get paid. That's a whole different mentality. But then when you got to go out here and get results, now that's a whole different mentality right there. You just can't show up and think you're going to get paid here. First of all, the mentality switches because here you don't get paid. Okay? You don't get paid here. You receive a donation or a gift. That's different from getting paid. See, as soon as you come into this process and you say you get paid, guess what? Uncle Sam comes with his hand out now because he's saying you got paid. You didn't get paid because you didn't give anything for whatever you got money for.
Absolutely, and we don't want to get paid.
That's right.
We want to give gifts. We want to give gifts and receive gifts. I've been a part of programs like this in the past, and they work very well until we get greedy.
That's it.
And but this is our own stimulus package. Quite honestly, this is about putting helping others to help yourself.
This is perfect timing with what's going on right now. This all people are starting to wake up, and they need something to gravitate to.
Yep.
And so what we're trying to do is we're trying to be the catalyst that people need. Okay? We're trying to be the change that people are looking for. And see, and the thing about it is we can't do it by ourselves. This forces us to have to work together.
That's so true. That's so true. Well, I want to say thank you for this program. I think it's very timely, like you said. I'm going to get with my inviter right now and get this thing rolling because this is something that everybody needs.
There you go.
I can think of a lot of people that could use the help, and so I hope my inviter is on the line. I didn't hear her voice. I was the first one on actually, but I didn't hear her on the line. But anyhow, I'm going to give her a call right now and see where we go from here.
There you go.
I certainly appreciate this webinar. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Peter. And see, you're already exuding the honesty and integrity that it takes to do this program, to do this process already. And that's powerful. That's powerful right there. That's what we're looking for.
Very good.
Great. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Brian.
Else? Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Any other question? Any other comment? We want you to understand this process. We want you to understand what the real deal is. Okay?
You're very thorough.
Thank you. This is not just for me. This is for everybody. I'm doing this for everybody. See, it's better. See, I'm going by the universal principle. It's better to give in order to receive. Because the more you give out into the universe, the more you get back in abundance.
Biblical principle.
There you go. That's just how the universe works. We just got away from it. So we got to get back to the principles of the universe, God's law. Not all this corporate stuff. All right. Any other questions? Any other comments? Remember, send an email to 135community.unity@gmail.com. And our YouTube channel is The 135 Community.
Brian, do we have to send this each time we want something, or just one time?
No, if you've already sent the email to 135community.unity@gmail.com, then the process guidelines will automatically come out there to you.
Okay, thank you.
Excellent, excellent. Great call, y'all. Great call. Great questions. Great questions. Okay. Any other questions? Any other comments? Questions, comments?
No,
you want to make sure you... Yes.
On the email, what do we send it? What are we asking for by sending to the email?
Yeah, just say that you can put in the subject something to the effect of
I mean, is this to get on a mailing list or?
No, it's not a mailing list, but once you send the email, then I'll have your email, and whatever I have to send out, it'll automatically go out there to you. So yes,
okay.
It is kind of like getting on the mailing list, so to speak. But you only have to send one email. But yeah, just ask for the whatever you're trying to get. If you're trying to get a copy of the presentation, or if you're trying to get the guidelines, whatever, just put that in the email, in the subject.
Okay, great.
And we'll get it to you. And then if you want to get a copy of the video, it'll be posted on YouTube, on the YouTube channel. Okay?
Sounds good.
Excellent, excellent.
All right. Well, once again, Brian, thank you very much for this presentation. Have a good night. Good night, everyone.
Thank you.
God bless.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, so if that's it for everybody, no more questions. We're going to end this. Get with the person that invited you. Give them your $1. And then the next donation day will be on Thursday night at 10 p.m. Thursday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, and I'll be sending out the email in reference to that as well. So keep everybody on track of the time. Because on Mondays, it's at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And on Thursdays, it's at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay? So we'll be doing that for you. All right. Appreciate everybody. Thank you for coming. And let's do this. Peace and blessings, everybody.